Over the course of my life, there were moments that I could shape, and there were moments that shaped me. If I kept my eyes open, I would become able to recognize a big event for what it was, and even this understanding helped shape the moment as it unfurled. The most real moments of my life, though, were the ones I could never fully realize. They existed outside of the boundaries of any understanding or control. Nothing could be brought to the table because there was no table. So even though I searched for answers and found absence, even though the closer I got, the farther away I fell, I tried my best to be fully present, as my father would say. During these moments, whether what I felt, thought, and acted upon emanated out of the deepest core of my being, or whether it was all merely a veil to hide behind, it still happened, and it's still real. I like to think that when my father died, his eyes were open. I just hope the same was true for me. It's okay, though. I was here for his life, and I was here for his death, and we've made our peace. I told him he was a good dad, told him I loved him, and he told me all the same sort of good last things you ever say to someone stuff. He died about a half hour ago, but I just sat with him and said goodbye, so I don't really want to sit and carry his body out. The rest of the family is going to stay, but I just can't be here for that. So I'm going out alone for a walk. I'm going to leave my father behind me now. Death has just descended over my house, and all these signs of life around me are just piercing me like this tragic, unjust sword. How can the world go on? How can anything live when my dad has died? It doesn't make any sense to me that life itself, this great force, hasn't stopped to pause for the passing of this great man. It's occurring to me that I will not see my father ever again. I am latching on to this thought. I'll never see my daddy again. I'm all alone now. This cannot be real. What the hell is going on? Where am I going? God damn, it's cold. They're probably carrying his body down the stairs now. The whole family's gathered around, I'm sure, standing in different places, watching silently, something like that. Why am I not there? Because my father and I had something different, something special. That's just all there is. During my father's life, our relationship was personal. During my father's death, the peace that we reached was personal. Now that he's died, the memory in which I choose to hold him must be just as personal. If I share some of these things with you, it is because I trust that they are mine, and that they cannot be taken away from me as long as I love my father, because love must transcend death. This isn't a plot device, a metaphorical flourish. I am meant to see this bird. I think owls have some sort of spiritual significance. Dad would know. I guess I'm gonna have to figure that kind of stuff out on my own from now on. Am I confused? No, I'm not really anything. It's like I'm going through every emotion I've ever felt and finding none of them appropriate. And there are, like, haphazard questions and thoughts arising, but only I think as distractions. Only because my brain has to latch onto something, otherwise it might jump out of my skull and run away screaming. I haven't been out of the house by myself since Dad got sick. Neither is he. He must be gone now. Mom's probably set out cheese and wine for the family, if they're still there. It'll be dark soon. Who's gonna turn off that lamp in his room? Dad's always so anxious about turning the lights off, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to turn off that particular light. It might just have to burn out on its own.
It's not even his death. I know he's dead. I'm not denying anything, it's just... What in the hell am I returning to? Right here, right now, I am okay. The love my father and I shared makes me okay. Out there, I will have to be okay. Only with the fact that things aren't okay. Thank God. My father's dead. Things